I didn't flinch when she stood in the doorway last night and announced it as if she were giving a speech. Since you told everyone we agreed to an open marriage, I'll start by sleeping with my boss. I simply nodded, walked past her, and went to our room. It wasn't acceptance. It was because the last piece of my plan had finally slid into place. She mistook my quiet for defeat. She thought she'd finally crush me. She had no idea I had already crossed a line weeks earlier. She just didn't know the battle had already begun. I'd fallen for her confidence, her spark, the way she challenged the world. She once looked at me as if I grounded her, the one steady thing in the chaos she carried everywhere. Over time, that admiration soured. Her passion warped into superiority. What used to be ambition grew sharp, cutting everything around it. I let the comments slide. You never react. You're too calm. You're so easy to predict. She confused restraint for weakness. That was her greatest miscalculation. Everything shifted the day her smartwatch lit up with a message preview. Laughter that wasn't meant for me. A tone she reserved only for someone new. Then came the late nights, the sudden overtime, the unfamiliar scent on her clothes. But the truth came out when I opened a cloud folder. She didn't realize synced automatically. Screenshots, jokes, messages with him. Plans. Ridicule about how soft I supposedly was. And the line that ended all sympathy. He won't leave. He depends on me. She'd already crossed the line long before she made her open marriage declaration. That was just her way of trying to turn betrayal into public humiliation. That was when the hurt hardened into focus. I stopped questioning. I stopped reacting. I observed. I documented. I saved every chat, every timestamp, every suspicious transaction, every lie she tried to frame as a joint decision. I met with a sharp attorney, someone who thrives on dissecting deceit. Quietly, I redirected my income into a separate account. I transferred full ownership of our home, my premarital asset, into my name. I organized proof of her affair, including evidence that her boss had used work trips as a cover. HR departments have no mercy for that kind of violation. But the move she never saw coming was when I contacted the wife of the man she was sleeping with. She didn't act shocked. She already knew. She even had her own collection of evidence. What she needed was someone willing to strike at the same time. We strategized. Clean, precise, cold. So when my wife triumphantly announced her new arrangement, thinking it would break me, she unknowingly provided the final verbal confirmation my lawyer needed. I didn't shout. I didn't question. I just went to sleep while she stayed up messaging him, laughing, making plans, convinced she had won. I woke before sunrise and made an elaborate breakfast. Pancakes, fresh fruit, the whole display. I needed her relaxed, unsuspecting, and off guard. She stepped into the kitchen, took one look, and smirked. Good. You finally understand. She thought breakfast was my surrender. Then she noticed who else was sitting at the table. Her boss. His wife. My lawyer. The blood drained from her face. So fast it looked unreal. She froze in place, staring as the entire situation collapsed around her. I slid a thick folder toward her. Sit. We have work to go through. Her boss kept his eyes on the table. His wife already had divorce documents prepared. My lawyer laid out the marriage contract, financial discrepancies, screenshots, and the HR report ready for submission. She whispered, You trapped me? No, I said softly. You built the trap? I just turned on the lights. She kept shaking her head like disbelief could rewrite the facts. The silence in that room had weight. Heavy, sharp, final. Her boss would serve his papers first. Then she was handed mine. HR received everything minutes later. His career was over. Her pride shattered. The story she told her friends about our open marriage crumbled the moment evidence entered the picture. She broke down. Sobbing, the same woman who claimed she could replace me instantly could barely speak. I didn't need to raise my voice. That hurt her more than anything else. By evening, she'd packed a bag and left for her sister's home. Her narrative burned to ash. Her boss was suspended. His wife thanked me for coordinating. My attorney called it one of the smoothest cases he'd handled in years. She sent one message. Can we talk? I didn't answer. People imagine revenge as something wild and loud. In reality, true revenge is controlled, deliberate, carried out with precision and calm. Last night, she believed I was powerless. This morning, she learned silence wasn't surrender. It was the sound of someone who already considered the relationship over and acted accordingly, and that truth destroyed her more than anything I could have said.